Welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle Quincy, Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer. And what says summer more than baseball?
Nothing, Cheryl. Baseball is all summer. The Newport Gulls collegiate baseball team actually kicks off their season on June 4th. And we have Director of Baseball Operations, Mike Falcone, here to tell us all about it. So kickoff on June 4th, or rather first pitch. What are you looking forward to most this season, Mike?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. First off, just being back and fans. That's what I'm most looking forward to. Haven't been at our home ballpark in 669 days, but who's counting? So definitely fans in attendance, the ability to see in the community, get back down to the park, watch the ball players that they have always loved throughout the summer, and see, really welcoming back everybody as a community.
Yeah, Michael, I can see the excitement on your face. Yeah, you can't really hold the smiles back. And you were talking about the fans in the community. So what special procedures are in place for COVID?
So here in Rhode Island, we're allowed to have 100% capacity following the vaccination mandates. You have to, if you're fully vaccinated, you're okay to be in the park without a mask. If you do not have your full vaccination, you'll still have to wear a mask inside the park. But how our field is set up, we're just trying to limit a congestion and fan interference when walking around. As you alluded to, it's a summer collegiate baseball team. We don't have the luxury of a large concourse area. So monitoring the flow of traffic, entrance gates, how people are exiting the park, that's the biggest procedure that we're going to be working on this year. Our concession stands, just monitoring the lines there, vaccinated or not, just hoping to avoid as much contact as possible. We're outside, so we should be all right, but it's mostly keeping everybody safe, distance, and masks on if we're not vaccinated.
Gotcha.
All right, Mike, let's get into the fun stuff here. This is the 20th anniversary of the club. How are you guys celebrating this season?
Heck yeah, no, we're excited. We're really excited. 20 years here in the City by the Sea. We have the All-Star game here for the entire New England Collegiate Baseball League. So we're inviting down old players who have played here throughout the 20 years that we've been here, and really just doing a big event that weekend. Unfortunately, everything opened up a little bit too close to the season in terms of planning to have our 20th anniversary event that we're planning on doing, the Players Weekend alumni, but really just focusing around that 20th anniversary, looking at our history and doing some fun themes at the park to commemorate what we've been doing here for 20 years.
Yeah, and you speak of history, so I understand there's a great deal of history there at Cardine's Field, where the Gulls play. So tell us a little bit about that ballpark.
So it was originally called Basin Field. Over here in Newport, there's a naval base within a mile of the field. It was a water basin for the longest time, and guys who were in the Navy used to come over here, and that's where they congregate and play ball over. And that's the late 1800s. Eventually, water was a nuisance, so we started moving it out. Became a baseball field. Dugouts went up. Part of the Federal Works Commission back in the 50s or so. That's when our stands went up. That's part of that, and been running ever since. There's been adult leagues, again the Navy, which, as we know, a lot of former major leaguers, likes of the Yogi Berras, Bob Fellers, all Phil Rizzuto came over here. Some of the Negro leagues and some of the barnstorming teams over here. So Satchel Paige had played in these very dugouts. So tons of history. The Babe has been rumored to be at the field, but tons of history. We're extremely fortunate to be able to call it home, and can't wait for folks to be able to enjoy it with us this summer.
Yeah, it sounds
he's like the Elvis of baseball. He's been rumored. He's been spotted.
That's the Babe in general. The man has a nickname. So I mean, come on.
He's an enigma. Yeah. Cheryl mentioned at the top here that nothing says summer quite like baseball. You guys have some summer camps lined up. Can you tell us about those?
Oh yeah, no, those are fun for both the campers and our instructors. Our instructors are actually the players. And
very cool.
Summer collegiate team. So these are all the best college players in the country. These are your guys coming from Vanderbilt, UCLA, Arkansas, all the big name schools that will eventually get drafted and be in the major leagues. So they have a great opportunity to learn how to be role models, to be in the public eye, to be a part of the community. And not only is it a great opportunity again for the campers to learn from these really significant baseball players, but gets our players out. They're here all summer. They're living with host families. So, hey, gets them out of the house. They're not playing video games all day, but gets them out in the community. They're seeing these kids. We do an elementary school reading program. We do a middle school program. So throughout the whole summer, these players are really forging relationships with the youth of the community. And there's nothing more special than when I see a social media post or I hear from a player, hey, so-and-so, I saw him down at Tulane, or so-and-so sent me a baseball or a T-shirt from Missouri, whatever it was. So really creates that relationship and the bond that we're hopefully trying to convey here in Newport.
Yeah, community.
Yeah. And lastly, before we go, it's a two-part question. Number one, where can fans see the game, and how does the team look?
So
do we want to be watching? What are we looking at?
Absolutely want to be watching. The Gulls are actually the most successful team, and that's not just bias. I think we've had 6 championships throughout our history. Our general manager and our vice president, they put together a star-studded roster. 4 guys from the national champion Vanderbilt Commodores are coming out. 2 guys from UCLA. Couple guys who were All-Americans in the past. Some players who have been drafted previously. So the team, I'm definitely excited, and you guys can watch it all. Visit our website. Check out the social media at Newport Gulls on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll keep everybody updated as best as possible. And you guys can also tune in on Fridays over here in New England watching on YurView. So great baseball, both the Gulls as well as throughout the league. Every team is talented. So and everybody's hungry to play. So we're excited and encourage you to take a peek.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you as always.
All right. Well, Danielle, clearly supporting your local sports team is one thing. And coming up next, we continue that same support for local businesses reopening in a small town. So we'll be right back.